I'm Hannah Simon, and I need a second to think about what I do. What do I do? I just got back from the Atlas Mountain Race in Morocco. It's an 800-mile ultra-endurance race that starts in Marrakesh and traverses the Atlas Mountains down into the Anti-Atlas and finishes on the coast. And I did it on this really rad bike that I actually got to help make just like a couple weeks before I left for Morocco. And it was absolutely incredible. You know, I was oddly calm. Considering 2 weeks before I left for Morocco, the bike that I was riding in Morocco was just a box of tubes. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that the people around me know what they're doing. Back in December, I started working here at Chumba as the production assistant, just helping out, getting things ready to go so that we can get more bikes welded and more bikes out the door. I love it here. I feel like I've leveled up from just knowing how a bike works to knowing why a bike works the way that it does. What angles matter and how it comes together in order to ride the way that it should. But it takes it to a whole new level when you actually start taking pieces of tubing and turning them into bicycle-shaped objects. So it's like an extra level of nerdy. It's been one of the best things about working at Chumba is that I get to be a part of the process and I get to see masters of their craft at work. Our welder, Mark, is very precise in the work that he does. So I get to learn how to make a frame for a person who is expecting perfection, but he's been so wonderful in teaching me how that works. I feel like I just stepped into like the highest level of frame building just right off the bat. I think anywhere I go from here, I will definitely have a very high standard for the things that I create. For the first couple hundred miles of the race, I just kept saying, man, I'm in West Texas. Like, it looks so much like Big Bend State Park. It's just Big Bend, but bigger. And then once you got down into the Anti-Atlas, it turned into a whole different world. I very quickly was humbled and reminded that I was no longer in Texas. The mountains are just insane. They look like waves because of the way that the rock has eroded. My favorite part about ultra racing has always been getting to see a place from a bicycle, because you can move a lot faster than if you're walking, but at the same time it slows you down enough that you can actually feel fully immersed in a place and a culture. Bonjour! Bonjour! It reminded me just, it sounds silly, but like how big the world is and that there's so many people who are living such a different experience than we are. And I think we have so much to learn from that. Just remember this moment in front of this ocean, doing the fucking thing. For a couple of the big races that I've done, I've also hosted fundraisers. So this time around with Atlas Mountain Race, I wanted to host another fundraiser for something that I cared about to kind of add to that purpose and give me another reason to keep going while I'm out there. And I chose Palestinian Children's Relief Fund, and I was able to raise $2,500 while I was racing AMR for the PCRF. And any moment of weakness that I had, just that knowledge kept me going. The last couple of months, it's been a bit of a whirlwind with starting here at Chumba and getting the opportunity to create these bikes with them and now taking them out to race. We're actually in the process of making my gravel bike, so I'm building up a Terlingua as well for races that are coming up. And I'm going to take the Sendero to Kyrgyzstan in August to do the Silk Road mountain race. So that's going to be the next big one. So I'm excited to kind of get things dialed in to be racing that in August.